Everyone, this is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. You see the thumbnail, so you know exactly why you're here. I bring a unique perspective to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we get started, please hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell because that is how others find me. Also, I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me, okay? So let's get started, you guys. A lot of you were on the live that I had the other day about Shirley Strawberry. I actually had to take that down because a lot of the information I gave you guys was not correct. So I had to do a little bit of research and come back and talk to you guys about it. First off, I want to say, you guys may remember I did an interview with Melody Cherie Rogers in, I think, October or November of 2022. And one of the things that I told her when she came on was my one of my favorite scenes, I should say, one of my favorite scenes of Love and Marriage Huntsville was when she was doing her confessional, first season, I believe last episode, and she told everybody she was pondering divorce. She said, I don't think that me and Martell can stay together. And she said, one thing I know is that God has always had favor over me, and that if I continue with Martell, I will lose my favor. And I remember thinking that was one of the most profound things that a young woman could possibly think. Melody's 37. Martell, we all know that she and Martell got together when she was in college, and literally for 12, 13 years of her life, she had spent with that one person. So for her to have figured that out that early in her life was absolutely phenomenal because people don't always get it. They don't understand it. And when I saw what was going on with Shirley Strawberry these last couple of days, that was the first thing that came to my mind was like, wow, this woman has a lot of favor over her life. Like she is an award-winning broadcast journalist, like she is a author. There's a lot of people who see her as a, upstanding role model, pillar of her community. The things she says, and it's just amazing that right now we are talking about her because of who she is connected to. And my thought is, when I first heard it, did she know? Like, did she know? So if you guys follow me on IG, you know that I do her strawberry letter. Her name is Shirley Strawberry. That is her real name. She was married to Michael Strawberry, who is the brother of Daryl Strawberry. Daryl Strawberry was a famous baseball player, okay? So she does the strawberry letter on Steve Harvey's morning show. She's a co-host there almost every day, I believe. And I would take her post, put it on my IG stories, and then I would ask you guys, what would you choose? I'd give you like some multiple choice questions, right? And I've done it every day almost. I don't do it on the weekends, but Monday through Friday. A lot of you look forward to doing the question. You'll even email me or send me a DM saying, hey, what happened to, the strawberry letter? What happened to the multiple choice questions? So I know that you like it. And I would go through and read some of the comments from people, trying to see what they would say or how they're thinking about it, how they're processing. And then one day I ended up going over to Shirley Strawberry's page, her personal page. And when I got over there, I was a little shook because I was looking at pictures of her and her husband, reading the comments. And one of the comments I read, this was back in October, my first time seeing it. One of the comments I read said something to the extent of, I hope that you rot in jail for stealing those people's money, for stealing all the money. And I was like, who do you hope rot in jail? I started going through and I'm looking at it. Then I saw another comment that said, let me see, that said this. It says, your husband, Nesto Buckhead, her husband's first name is Ernesto, and they call him Nesto. Nesto Buckhead is what he goes by on, I believe, IG. And it says, Nesto Buckhead, then it says Nesto the scam artist is out here using your name, referring to Shirley Strawberry, using your name and your credibility to take other people's money without any inclination of providing what he says he will. He owes me $10,000 or a title to the slingshot I purchased from him a month ago. He also stole another man's $20,000 with promising him a vehicle, which he has yet to follow through with. The holidays may be happy for you, but for me, they aren't so happy. He is playing with other people's livelihoods to further himself and to get by with what he needs to get by with. I've given him plenty of time and chances for him to do the right thing, only to be lied to countless times. Enough is enough. Now, if y'all see right there at the top of that page, right at the top of the comment, it says 287 weeks, which is equivalent to about a little, like close to 6 years, I think, a little over, like near 6 years. So Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams got married in 2015. I think they just went into, just past their 8-year anniversary. So they're going into their 9th year. That means that was about 3 years ago. So, this is still on her page, or it was on her page. I don't know if she's removed it, but it was when I looked, okay? What else? Someone else said something 219 weeks ago. Tell your husband that I still have the recordings of our conversation and text messages, etc., at the Shade Room. He needs to handle our business. So people were trying to out him years ago to Shirley Strawberry. Okay. Again, knowing, I don't know if people were coming up to her and saying things. I know that they definitely were saying things in her comment section on IG. Okay. So a lot of you, again, you may already know or have heard, I actually took some video. He was recently, I shouldn't even say recently, in October, he was arrested along with a woman by the name of Erica King for scamming people out of money and property. They estimated at that time about 1.1 million. However, more charges have come since then. But check out this video real quick. It's pretty short, I think about 2 minutes, and I will catch you guys on the other side of this. So hold on.
Police say for years these two would convince people to give them money, and in return they would help them with their business or personal goals. But investigators say it was nothing but a scam.
I would consider them fraudsters.
Roswell Police say for years Ernesto Williams and Erica King passed themselves off as experts in various fields.
And they would align themselves with their victims with promises of being able to grow their brands, their missions, their life goals, their social media followings.
Detectives say Williams and King acted the part, and people paid good money for their services, but walked away with nothing. Police say it was all a scam.
More than a dozen victims and over $1 million in monetary and property loss.
Police say their investigation first started at this home on Pine Grove Road months ago. Investigators say after Williams and King hadn't paid rent for a while, detectives started looking into their financial transactions, and it led them to their extensive scheme. Police say they were convincing.
Individuals who have been doing this for a significant period of time and are proficient enough that they can make people comfortable and act against their better judgment.
Williams and King are now in jail, both facing multiple charges of fraud, forgery, and theft.
Okay, so basically they were like, they're really good at scamming people. Erica King is the person that was, I guess, in cahoots with him. From what I'm understanding, they're both still in jail right now. He was given a bond. I think the bond hearing may have been Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was when that first video came out that was kind of, shared all over. I did take some parts from that video. I'm going to play a little bit for you. It's also only about 2 minutes long. It's not that long at all. But I did want you guys to hear what happened in October 1st and then place together that people have been talking about this for well over 5 years before, all of this went down. Now, What else can I share with you guys? So look at this comment. This was 338 weeks ago. So I believe that was like at 7 years. And someone said, saw your husband, barbershop on Married to Medicine. Very nice. Love to see people winning. So this man definitely was attaching himself to Shirley's favor. Okay. She was putting him in very high places with people with a lot of money and connections, for sure, 100%. What else was being said that I wanted you guys to see? Let's start with this comment right here. Sorry about that. Someone 304 weeks ago, again, many years ago, and I don't know how long Shirley knew Nesto prior to them getting married. Y'all may remember, some of you may remember, that he proposed to her on Steve Harvey's radio show. He came up there. They had it like videoed. You guys can probably Google it and see it. But he has a phone in his ear. He comes up. He gets down on one knee with a phone in his ear, like his hand. The phone is held to his ear. He gets on one knee, proposes. She like freaks out. She's like screaming, "Yes, yes!" All that good stuff. He puts a ring on her finger. Never took the phone. Never took the phone down. I don't know who he was talking to, but he never took the phone down. But I don't know how many years they were dating prior to that. Just doing a little bit of research, it does sound like they did date prior to. And if they did, then she would have been privy to his prison history, because from what it sounds like, he has been to prison more than once for very long periods of time. So he's had some felonies and some things on the other end of that. I know that you want people to be reformed and, all those good things, but she did have, again, some warning. What I wanted to talk to you guys about is, what did she know? Because I'm reading these comments and thinking, did she just not pay attention to what's going on here? It's confusing. But in this comment from 304 weeks ago, again, that would have been around the time that she, they popped the question, or she got married. This comment under her page said, "Disappointed in your support of an abuser. Disappointed in your support of an abuser." Here's another comment. This caught me off guard for sure, for sure. This was 87 weeks ago, I believe, and it says, "Wendy Williams and the scammer. Love it. So cute." Now that's pretty gross, but okay. Another person wrote, this says 81 weeks ago, "Oh, you slept with your own." Y'all see it right there, okay? With your own. Check that out. So a lot of people yesterday was wondering if that was Shirley Strawberry's daughter or children. They don't have children together. I believe Ernesto just turned 59 years old. His birthday just passed. And if you guys didn't know, he and Shirley Strawberry got married on his 50th birthday. Okay. On his actual birthday is when they got married. He was 50 and his 59th birthday just passed. I could not find an age for Shirley, but people are saying that she is between 60 and 65. So maybe just, a couple of years older than him, possibly. Again, 65 weeks ago, someone said at Shirley, "What about your husband? Why does he with his kids?" Another person wrote, "I guess a woman will do anything to keep a man. Have a husband, even if they with their children. Sick shit." Okay, so let's listen to some of the charges that he was given, I believe on Monday. Check this out, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Judge, we consider this person to be a flight risk. We have jail calls where he's talking about going to see his girlfriend in Florida, multiple times, actually. We have a call where he was talking with his wife about going to stay in about her boss's house in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, quite far away from here, quite far removed from any court's jurisdiction here. And he'll be served with, like I said, 15 plus new warrants, some of which are very serious that this court, just to put it out there, that this court may not even be able to consider, unfortunately.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Taylor.
Good evening, Your Honor. Yes, as Mr. Majeski has stated, he's considered dangerous. There are several pending warrants that will be coming out that, based on their content alone, there's a great likelihood that he's someone who would commit further felonies. Furthermore, without mentioning the facts of the case in front of us, children were involved. The state is requesting a bond, knowing that he has to have a bond because it's been well over 200 days, a bond of $200,000 per count, giving us a grand total of $800,000 bond for the case involving the exploitation. There are 4 separate counts there. As standard, I would also request that there be an ankle monitor placed on Mr. Williams, as well as that he surrender his passport, not leave Fulton County, have no internet access at all, and no contact with any minors or animals. But again, he's met all the Ayala factors. He's a flight risk, as evidenced by phone calls that we've heard.
Okay. All right.
Judge, just one more thing. If the court is inclined to grant a bond on this, which would see him released, the state does have a number of people we would be requesting no contact with as well. Sheridan Strawberry and her kids, Erica King, or Erica Hughley. That was the person Mr. Lewis was referring to earlier, who is her co-defendant.
Okay, so you guys heard it. He is not allowed to be in contact with Sheridan Strawberry, which is Shirley Strawberry's daughter, or Sheridan's children, which are the grandchildren of Shirley Strawberry. Now, here's where things get a little odd, okay? People were trying to figure out how old Shirley Strawberry's daughter is, and I was able to find out that in 2017, her daughter celebrated her 21st birthday. So she would have been 19 at the time of their marriage. And like I said, Shirley may have dated this man for a couple of years prior to that, but I don't know. I'm assuming she would have had to date him for a few years before that he even proposed. So her daughter would have been considered a minor then, but based on the other comments, they're suggesting that it was with his biological daughter, allegedly, I should say that as well, alleging that it was with his biological daughter. And I know that I believe they said he has 6 children of his own here in Atlanta. So you guys, that is frightening as well, because those comments I was showing you, like I said, they were weeks out. They were a year and some change out, disappointed in your support of an abuser. That was over 6 years ago. And then the other ones are a little more recent, I think within a year and a half or a little longer than a year. So that's crazy. But you did hear the lawyer say that he should not have contact with Sheridan or her children. You heard him say that. You also said that he wasn't allowed to have contact with Erica King, which was his partner in crime. We played that video earlier. And then you also heard one of the lawyers make a recommendation for $200,000 for each count, a $200,000 bond on each count, which would have totaled $800,000. Now, his lawyer actually recommended only $5,000. He said, listen, You guys, this man has been sitting in jail for over 200 and something days. You guys had these charges, the ones that you're trying to place on him right now, since January. We're already at the end of June. So if you had them, why not put the indictments out there? He said, under no circumstances should my client have to suffer with this type of bond when you guys could have already, charged him. And the judge did grant that. She said, okay, I'm only going to charge 5,000 as the bond amount as opposed to the 200,000, just so you guys are aware. So he was not given an $800,000 bond. If it was only the 4 counts, he was only given a $20,000 bond, it sounds like. And I think there was something that was presented earlier. So maybe between 20 and 50,000 is what it sounds like to me. Houston. If you guys hear my dog snoring, interrupting my video, I apologize. I'm trying to get him to stop, but he likes to take a little nap in the afternoon. So my apologies, okay? But anyways, I wanted to get that information out to you. He was recommended. He's not allowed to be around children. The judge did grant that, or animals. He's not allowed to have a computer. And there were some other names that were called out as well that he was not allowed to be around. I just didn't recognize the names, so I didn't put them there. But there was probably 7 or 8 other names, women in particular, female names, that was also included. Okay. One of the things that I did find interesting during that whole court case is Shirley Strawberry did sign an affidavit for him to return to her house, even though all of those charges were present. She said it was okay for him to come back home. And literally the judge blasted that man saying, because Shirley Strawberry wanted to keep her identity private. She only wanted to be referred to by her initials, but the judge had called him out anyway. And when he said he was returning to his wife or girlfriend, the judge actually said, which one? And then she said, Marilyn such and such. And they're like, no, that's not him. And then Ernesto's lawyer said, Judge, let's not have a divorce hearing at the same time we're having this criminal hearing. That was hilarious. But anyways, the charges aren't. Those charges are serious. So I just laughed when I heard him say that, because I was like, dude, if you ain't divorced yet, chances are you probably won't be divorced, okay? Either way, let's see what else. I wanted to show you these other things too. Instant connection. Strawberry introduced Ernesto to her daughter, her maid of honor, who was Sheridan, a few months into their relationship, and she loved him instantly, her mother recalls. So I'm putting these little quotes up because, again, people were associating Sheridan as the person who may be, a victim of his, or maybe her children. So I was just reading through, and thought you guys would be interested in it. No pressure. This is Shirley Strawberry saying that all this pressure that single women have on ourselves, we don't even have to have. We can put some energy, time, and effort into being happy with ourselves and in a great relationship with a great guy. So again, these are all quotes that she gave to Essence. Learn and grow. Check this out. Steve Harvey flew in from taping his daytime talk show in Chicago to escort Shirley down the aisle. He's like my big brother and my uncle at the same time, huh, Shirley? She said that she's learned so much from him. Special announcement. Ernesto proposed on the air of Steve Harvey's morning show with the help of Shirley's daughter. Again, that would have been a huge shock, right? I was so surprised and happy. So again, because I didn't want to put that other video out and have all that misinformation, it sounds like Shirley's daughter was okay with Ernesto, at least in the beginning, that beginning part. If something has happened since, we shall see. But the communication that I heard is that there were pictures. His lawyer said it was only one picture, but one of the prosecuting attorneys said it was way more than one. And then I heard someone else say four pictures total of inappropriate pictures, and someone actually made it seem like it was solicitation for some reason. What else? And then a friend of a friend. It says that the couple met when a mutual friend introduced them at Ernesto's concierge business. The friend made a hasty departure, leaving the duo to quickly connect. He asked her on a formal date that same day. Now, we have all been saying, was it Steve Harvey? A lot of people have been saying that. Since Steve's name was in the article with other things, I would think he would have taken credit for that. So I'm not so for sure that it was Steve Harvey. So I do want to point that out, because I was blasting him the other day when I was saying, isn't he like a relationship expert putting people together? But based on this article, I don't think that is the case. I think it may be a different friend that did not want to be mentioned. Okay. And then I wanted to post this. She said, a walk to remember. She said, I was walking so fast, talking about walking down the aisle. She said, Shirley remembers of her walk. Steve was talking to me all the way down. Don't walk so fast, Shirley. Take in the moment. And I wonder if her nerves were really bad and she was walking as fast as she was walking, because she knew that God didn't want her to connect with this man on this level. Okay. She probably should have been a runaway bride. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all think about those additional comments, comments that I found in her IG. People were definitely trying to warn Shirley about her husband, the one that she did sign an affidavit for to say, or write an affidavit for to say it's okay for him to come home. Again, I think he's been in jail for well over 200 and something days. These new charges have come about. The lawyer said that there's 15 other charges that they are trying to place by July 13th. And that they are serious, that they are considered felonies. He has warrants. Yeah, he said felonies because he said that we may not even be able to try them in this court. They're going to have to go to a higher court. So that meant federal, not felony, excuse me, federal level. That's what he's saying. And that he also has 2 warrants out of Los Angeles where he is wanted for car theft. He stole the cars there and brought them to Atlanta. Who knows what happened to him once they got here, okay? But y'all, that is a lot to take in, okay? Talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of this. I don't know. We have to start listening to our instincts. We have to realize that people outside of us can literally change the trajectory of our lives, take away our favor because we're sitting around with people, friends, at jobs, in relationships, whatever they happen to be, that we shouldn't be with. We shouldn't be friends with. These people mean us no good. And all of a sudden, whatever their dirt is gets stuck onto you. That is horrible. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all of it in the comments, okay? Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell. I will see you on the next one. I think I'm going to have a 3rd video for you guys tonight. Also, I'm going to do a members only chat on Saturday for Love and Marriage Huntsville. This will be my 2nd members only. If you guys are interested in signing up, please do. But because Love and Marriage Huntsville sometimes get way too hot, I would love to talk about this in members only with you guys. So go ahead, complete all of that. You can find the membership link in the comment section and in the description box, okay? I will check you all on the next one.